These three looks have almost nothing in common, and the starting point is even weirder than you can imagine, but I designed them in a single afternoon with a tried and tested framework that I'm about to share with you. And by the end of this video, if you have ever doubted your creativity to design your own clothes, I'm going to be letting you in on some tips and tricks to tap into your inner fashion designer and unleash some serious creativity. So let's jump into it, because today I'm allowing a random picker to select my design brief for me to create these ideas. Okay, so let me walk you through the two wheels. The first wheel that we've got here is this type of look that I'm going to design. It's where the second wheel comes in that it actually gets quite exciting, because the whole premise of the 3-day design challenge is to design something that is not inspired by existing garments. And so this might sound a bit random, but trust the process and bear with me. We've got things like a furniture designer, album artwork, a book, a household object, a film, one of the 5 senses, a natural element, a childhood memory. But when you marry the two together, what it does when we don't actually reach for, inspired by Chanel, inspired by the latest runway, it forces us to come up with original ideas and concepts that speak true to us and our handwriting as a designer. So without further ado, I'm really excited. Let's pick the 3 briefs that I'm going to be designing to today. Okay, so my first one is loungewear. Loungewear inspired by a historical era. Okay, this is cool. So the first thing I'm going to do with any brief is actually do a quick word association mind map. And so my historical era of choice for my first brief is going to be Art Deco. I can tap that into Google, I can do really surface level research, and I can figure out when the period was, which is 1919 to 1939. It's characterized by glamour, precision, bold geometric forms. I know for me, the 1920s would be flappers, moonshine, speakeasy bars. For me, Art Deco is the Great Gatsby, and it also celebrates symmetry. And then once I have my keywords from my research, I can come in and start finding images that inspire me. My goal here is to find 3 to 4 images that tick off texture, color, and silhouette. And I can then start to apply those components to my design. My whiskey bottles are giving me silhouette, and this is kind of coming together to give me a nice color palette. Because of the Great Gatsby, I'm actually going to pull the books, and the pages of this can really inspire me as pleating. That could be really interesting. And then I'm going to have a little look at war helmets. Now, this isn't a garment. This isn't a jacket. It's not trousers. I would count this as an accessory. It is a historical reference, but because I'm not actually designing a war helmet, I can pull from this without it influencing my final design in a way that plagiarizes. So you might want to pull from shoes, from handbags, from jewelry. That's all fine, because ultimately we're designing clothing, not accessories. Like even that is quite interesting. Or this with the goggles going over it and that netting layer. I really like that. This is layout paper and it is slightly translucent. This is what I just like to sketch on, but of course you can use whatever is available to you at home. And this, my friends, is a croquis. Now, I actually have this available for you to download if you would like to. It is a fashion figure template. If you would like to shortcut this and download this exact croquis, you can do at digitalpatternlibrary.com. I will drop the link for that down below, but I'm going to be using this today just to speed up my process and map some designs out. And all I'm going to do is slide that underneath. Now, to me, loungewear screams hoodie. And so rather than pull directly from this initially, I'm just going to map that out as my first garment. So it's going to be quite an oversized one. I do like a comfy hood, something big and comfortable. I can pull from my silhouette, and I might actually put the drawstrings of the hood further down the neckline than where they would traditionally be. This could be a really interesting design concept. Anyone who knows me knows that I love a very impractical sleeve, but I will try my best to rein that in. And actually, if I have a look at the sleeve silhouette, I'm just kind of mapping in a basic hood design at the moment, but I can then circle back to my images. I've brought in a alternative neckline from the Art Deco shapes that are going on. I know that this is more basic geometry, but I'm able to pull from it and at least come up with something a little different here. And for the sleeve, even though I've added a lot of volume in here just off the top of my head, I'm going to refer to my whiskey bottles and see if I can pull, even if I turn my inspiration images upside down like this, I'm going to see if I can pull something from there, whether that is for the cuff of my hoodie here, whether that is for the sleeve shape itself. And I quite like that there's almost a really narrow section of the stopper before the stopper flares out again. And so I might do a really narrow section of the hoodie. Maybe it's piped. Same here around the cuff. I'm going to do a really narrow section before the hem and the cuff itself actually flares out again to mimic the stopper of these whiskey bottles. I like that a lot. There's an element of this that I really, really love, this kind of netting over something, and I kind of want to either apply it to the hood. What would I wear for loungewear? I guess a jogger will go with my hoodie, but I'm not going to give it a cuff. I'm just going to let this be wide leg. Maybe I want to do this netted helmet over that trouser leg here. Now, it's not about incorporating every single element of my research images. It's just about pulling what's inspiring me and applying that to my design. So this, so far, is my loungewear look inspired by a historical era. So I've got whiskey bottle inspiration for how my hemline comes in, my cuffs. I've got Art Deco kind of geometric archway lowering that neckline and that drawstring fastening, which already, even if I had this as everything else was a completely basic silhouette, that simple change there is already an original and interesting design concept that you can start to elevate your home sewing projects. So my second brief is going to be a layered winter look, which is fine. As designers, we often design a season ahead. As home sewists, we can be very influenced by our immediate surroundings. But a layered winter look is brief number 2, inspired by, a famous landmark. Okay, love that. Very structural. I'm thinking straight lines. Yeah, very excited. I just need to pick one that speaks to me. So for my second brief, we have the Taj Mahal. Quick Google search and bit of research. That's all it needs to be. It was built in 1632. It is marble, white ivory marble. It has 40 types of precious and semi-precious stones. So that's given me already something visual to look into. When I'm getting stuck on something or I feel like I'm just looking at the same visual time and time again, I quite like to type in macro or micro photography, try and see it from a different angle, you know, Taj Mahal flooring, Taj Mahal ceiling. It doesn't just have to be the external classic shot that we also relate with it. From reflecting pools, I wanted to think of like little handheld ornate mirrors. So I'm going to have a little look at that. Again, it's almost like word association game. What I will never look for is mirror fashion designer or fashion design inspired by mirrors. I really am trying to steer clear of that as much as possible so that I can formulate my own idea and be very confident that what I produce is truly authentic to me. And if it doesn't inspire you, if you're not having a full-on reaction to it, then it's totally fine to just move on and go down a different branch of your brainstorm. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I think I found it. There's a string of pearls in the background. I think this is it. I think this is the image that I like. Now, next up, I'm going to be doing my layered winter look inspired by a famous landmark. So this is, if we thought this was intricate, this one's going to be even more so. For me, a layered winter look, I'm already thinking a high neckline, skirt, layered jumper, coat. Let's have a play around with what I can do here. So first things first, I'm going to pull in my inspiration images and stick around to the end, because once I add color, that really brings all three components together. So actually, I'm going to get started. Can we see this scalloped edge going on here? I'm actually going to dress her in a skirt, I think, and I'm going to mimic that scalloped edge. So the first thing you want to do is just pick your garment style and then pull out inspiration on how to tweak design elements of that for it to be a little bit more enhanced for your wardrobe. In fact, instead of the scalloped edge, because I've just drawn that and rubbed it out, I'm just going to do a really curved hem. It's going to have almost like high-low, high at the side seams, low at the center, front and back. And I'm just going to take one of those scallops and I'm going to try and replicate that. I might not like it, that's okay, but I'm just going to see where this takes me. I then want to do a pair of tights, so her legs will be visible. I'll just transfer that over. And I'm actually going to reflect this into a pair of boots. So you can start to see how, even though we are focusing on clothing design, all of these inspirations can absolutely be transferable into other areas of design as well. I might, to balance the look, pull from the boot and try and replicate that into the neckline of the jumper. And then I kind of like these pillars that I've got going on. And another good tip is to just draw around your inspiration images if you need to. And so I'm actually going to give her a raglan sleeve with this jumper, but a bit of a kind of architectural, geometric one. I definitely want the jumper to hang over the skirt. Maybe the jumper can be just completely simple. The drama can come from the coat. The coat can be something really beautiful and ornate. I definitely want the coat to be full length. These kind of changing shapes going up here on the dome of the building, I like that. I kind of want to replicate that. I almost want a bulbous padded neckline going on there. Might even want the jumper a bit longer. Whatever I do with the coat, I think I want the jumper cuffs poking out, just to highlight that this is my winter layered look. What if we did an invert of that scallop here, inspired by this, because this archway, this architecture of the Taj Mahal is an invert of that scallop. And so what if I did an invert of that as the coat cuff? And maybe to pull from the pearls, or is this over designing it? Okay, I think I'm in over design territory. However, as a quick idea, pulling from multiple areas of inspiration, I'm relatively happy with that. Whether or not I'd wear it, we're not sure. Okay, final brief. Ooh, okay, a look that has a relaxed, oversized fit. Again, I feel like I've lucked out a bit here because I do love a baggy jean or a baggy trouser. Okay, inspired by, drum roll, a household object. Now, I feel like some of you at home might be thinking, God, that's boring. But this is the magic of this design framework I've created, is we are going to pull three very important cornerstones and components from all of our inspiration starting points that are genuinely going to turn something mundane, like a household object, into something magical, like high-end fashion. Okay, final brief while that prints is my Monstera Swiss cheese plant. So I'm going to have a look at Monsteras, plant pots. I might have a look at soil, I guess. And then what lives in soil? Worms. A close-up of a worm would be quite cool to incorporate into this. Ooh, I kind of like the gooiness of that and how it stretches to one other area. I think that could be quite cool to play with. Something as simple as a worm up close. Okay, terrifying. That's an absolute jump scare. Watering cans. That would be a really cool silhouette. Yeah. Okay, love where this is going. What shall I do that is a slightly different garment, but still has that nice, relaxed, oversized fit? So for me, this would be everyday wear. I'm often in a t-shirt. So let's start there. Just going to draw on the basic silhouette of a t-shirt. Let's go for a maxi skirt. That's something different. Very boxy, relaxed, oversized. That's exactly what I want. And then I want to play around with translucency maybe. Let's have a little think. The Monstera leaf, it would be criminal for me not to try and incorporate that somehow. So maybe to play around with the translucency going on here in my maxi skirt. This would be a little bit more of a literal translation. I might not even like this. I fear as I'm doing it. I never really love or live for literal translations, but we'll see. Yeah, no, that's not the one. I tell you what I would like. I love the... Ooh, also what I liked about those Swiss cheese was how it stretched to another area of the design. So maybe instead of a t-shirt and a skirt, this could actually just be a dress that looks like a t-shirt and a skirt, but we're stretching elements of the t-shirt round the skirt. Ooh, and it's giving this kind of Monstera holy vibe. Okay, bear with me. Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay, this feels a lot more fresh than just giving her caveman leaf loincloths. Ooh, I like that. That's so much cooler. Something on the hem just to anchor and balance this. An organic shape like that. That's really balanced it because we're obviously opaque and top heavy here. And then I'm introducing quite a visually heavy play with material. And the nice thing about the 3-day design challenge as well, or just this exercise in general, is that you don't have to give thought to construction. And again, we can cover that inside the DPL Atelier to actually turn this into the real thing. This is just designed to tap into your creativity and unlock some ideas. I love that I have just taken inspiration literally from a bit of goopy cheese and melted that down her body. I think that looks so fresh, so cool. I'm going to try and give it a more organic seam line, but this is what experimentation would lead you to. So I'm going to follow just that very organic wibbly line here. Okay, here's my 3 design ideas. Really different, but I'm really happy with certain elements of all of them. I'm not 100% sold on any of them yet, but let me add color and I'll show you how much when you bring all 3 components together, texture, color, and silhouette, how that really can transform your design ideas. And so there we have it. 3 looks, 1 afternoon, and no pre-planned ideas. I love, love, love this framework, and it is exactly what we teach and deep dive into inside the 3-day design challenge, because without a doubt, every single time I add color, my personal favorite changes. I'm actually kind of in love with my winter look. This is something that I would genuinely wear. And without color, I quite liked my loungewear look, but it turned very peasant very quickly once I started playing around with color. And I also love that I got to use my inspiration to add a little watering can handbag for my 3rd outfit choice as well. 3 completely different looks using my tried and tested framework. And so if you would like to come and join us and answer a creative brief real time alongside me and a community of like-minded creatives, then why not click the link down below and join us for the next design challenge. This happens 3 times a year. It's only a $5 to enroll. And of course, there are prizes up for grabs. For now, stay safe, keep creative, and I'll catch you on the flip side.